Georgia on My Mind. Wow. This concert must have been awesome. I wish I had been there at the time. Such a great tribute to the founder of Concord Records, Jeff. Actually, they called him Jeff, but his actual name was Carl Jefferson. It's called Jazz. I'm your cousin Dave, and we are going down memory lane and playing from a box set from 1996, the tribute to the founder of Concord Records, Carl Jefferson. And let's continue on. We're going to play next a tune called Devil May Care. It's made up of the artists on here are a group called Native Colors, Ralph Moore on tenor saxophone, Renee Rosnes on piano, and Jeff Chambers on bass, and Billy Drummond on drums. This is Devil May Care.
It's my pleasure to introduce Karen Allison.
Wow, wasn't that great? That was Native Colors joined. Let me get back to that page. I'm reading up on Carl Jefferson to give you a little idea of why these folks revere him. And they did. They truly, truly did. Ralph Moore on tenor sax. Renee Rosnes on piano. Jeff Chambers on bass. And Billy Drummond on drums. And once again, It's Called Jazz from KBLP. I'm your cousin Dave, and I hope you're enjoying the tunes tonight. Uh, we're an hour into the show. It's hard to believe, and I got a ways to go, guys. I got some music for you. I hope you're ready for it. And I'm just sampled each of the 4 discs that come with this set. The Jazz Celebration, a tribute to Carl Jefferson. And so you can imagine if I had played the whole thing. And I'm playing it in sequence as far as disc 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm not jumping around because when you read the liner notes to this box set, it recommends you that you listen to the entire album from disc to disc in order at first to get the flavor of it, because it sort of takes you through the history of Concord. Because once again, they started more as a jazz guitar sound, and then later on went to a more swing, and then eventually incorporated the samba and other Latin sounds into the Concord label's sound. And I was telling you about Carl Jefferson. I'm going to read you a little bit about him from the liner notes. He's an interesting character. Carl Jefferson was the founder of Concord Records and the president of the company from 1972 to 1995. He was a prolific record producer with over 500 titles to his credits. He was a passionate music lover, but he didn't play an instrument himself. I can totally identify with that. Your cousin Dave is totally inept at trying to learn an instrument, or maybe I just never took the time or had the patience. I'm not sure. But anyway, Jeff, as he was often called by his members of his own families, was responsible for bringing an annual jazz festival into his hometown of Concord, a city with no previous history of cultural events. He was instrumental in building a world-famous facility, the Concord Pavilion, to house the festival and to provide a forum for concerts of all musical types. He fostered the growth of his record labels from one release in the first 2 years to over 700 titles by the time of his death in March of 1995. He was a remarkable guy, and just like it says here, So, who is Carl Jefferson and why do 83 musicians care? And that's the 83 musicians that are showcased on this box set. So, anyway, we're going to continue, but I just want to give you more of an idea of why this is such an interesting box set. Not only is it because of the various artists on it and the sound, it's because of the man it represents. And like it says he was he was, as it says here, he could be a little cantankerous and crusty, but he could bring out the best in an artist, and that says a lot. Sometimes it takes a little bit of friction to come up with the best art, and he seemed to do a good job. And he had loyal people, people who obviously appreciated what he brought to their sound. So let's continue. The music is good. Oh, by the way, I will mention my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Why the Blues. And the actual name of the Facebook page is Why the Blues Plus. It's the plus stands for Why the Blues and everything else. Because on that page, not every day, I take Thursdays off, but most days I will do 10 to 6 blues tunes that I find on YouTube. Then I'll do 6 tunes of different types of music.